Hey guys, welcome once again to Geospatial tutorial. A lot of people have asked me to show how to create a map layout. They have also complained that I concentrate only on the higher end of remote sensing and GIS and not on the basics. So today let me teach you how to create a map layout. Though it is very basic, it will be very useful for the people who are learning remote sensing and GIS. Let's first of all open ArcMap and open a shapefile. This is a shapefile that I want to create a map using. Let me first double click on the shapefile. It will take me to symbology. Here this is a single symbol, whereas we would prefer to have it a different color for different features. Here these are the polygons representing wards in the city of Bangalore. So let me first go to categories, and here you have a value field called ID. I'll go to ward name, which means to say that this will be the color ramp applied to each of these wards. There are close to around 200 wards, so it will take close to 200 colors for individual wards. So once you have clicked on ward name, click on add all values. It will add all the values pertaining to these wards. So now you can see that individual ward is assigned a different color. Now I click OK. Now here you go, this is your map, this will be your map, and you have different color allocated for different wards, and this will be the legend of different wards. If you want to see what is this color will represent a particular ward, and the name is given here in the database. This is your database. Okay, this I just wanted to tell you a different way of representing a feature. You have many other representations also here. You can try all these options and see different results. So let me go to map creation or the map layout part of it. Click on view. You have two options here. One is data view. Data view is the one where you are working right now, where all the data are present. Next will be layout view. Layout view will create the map for you, the printable map in whichever format you want. When you click layout view, this will be your layout. Whereas in a map generally you have different elements. Here you have only this one. All the remaining things we have to add to the map. So let me explain how it is. Once you have clicked on the map layout view, thereafter zoom in and zoom out buttons are little different. If you click this, you can see what is happening. Only the feature that you are selecting is getting zoomed in, whereas your entire map is not getting zoomed in. So be very careful when you are using these to zoom in and zoom out. This is basically used to enlarge or reduce the size of the data and not the map. So if you want to increase or decrease the size of the map, you have the zoom in and zoom out options here. If you zoom in here, the entire map is getting zoomed in. You can see these are the boundary also getting zoomed in. So you can zoom out, or this will bring the zoom to original size, that is 1:1. I'll zoom out further, and this will be my map. Now say I want a different layout for this. This looks very plain for me, so I want little good looking layout. Let me just click on this button. This is change layout button. Here you have a lot of options available. You can see, you can select any one of those. I choose not to keep anything. You can choose whichever you feel is more attractive. I'll not choose anything. I will define something of my own. So let's go to the insert option and click on insert scale bar. I need a scale bar for this. So I have a lot of scale bar options. I'll click a random scale bar and click OK, and your scale bar is added here. You can zoom in and see it. There you go. This is your scale. This is in decimal degrees. You have an option to change this decimal degrees into kilometers or meters, whatever you want in the data view option. You can do that. So this is my scale bar. Scale bar is a mandatory thing in a map. Once I am done with scale bar, I will insert further more things. Let me insert a north arrow now. North arrow generally indicates the north direction. So I'll check a general one and I'll take it. I'll keep it, place it here. This is generally the place used for a north arrow. Next again I'll go to insert and insert the title. This will be the title for the map. I'll just put it as words, and you have an option to move it wherever you want. I have moved it here. Next most important thing in a map will be the legend. So you have all these things, but you need to know which color represent what word. So I'll insert a legend, and this is the legend I want to insert. If you have 10 shape files, all the 10 will be listed, but whatever the item you want to be in legend, just select those and click this button. You want to remove it, click on that and remove it. You want to add it, click on this and add it. Click next. All the things you can consider default values. You can change the text, the size, you can change the text, etc, etc. I'll keep everything default and finish. This will build my legend. Here is my legend. Definitely not advisable to have such a big legend, but of course just for the sake of illustration I'm just showing you the legend. So you can keep the legend wherever you want. Generally this would be the ideal location to keep the legend, and this will be a single file. Say you want to remove a specific thing, you have to convert this legend into graphics. Right click on that and click on convert to graphics option. This will convert everything into graphics. Then again right click on that and click on ungroup. This will make everything, every single text and the symbol individual. Thereafter you can edit an individual item depending on your requirement. Now there you go. These are the options, individual items that you have created. Now I'll select only few of them and I will bring it for the legend. You want to edit it, you still can ungroup it. Then you have the text and the symbol separate. Then click on the text and you can change the text you want. I will change it as unknown, so your text is accordingly changed. Okay, then we'll go to insert and see what are the other options available. You can add a neat line, which will add a neat line to your map. Thereafter you can again go and create a scale text. Just say, click on this, it will tell 1 is to 1 lakh, etc., etc. You click on that, here it will come. Just pull it down, and this is your scale text. You can place it wherever you want. This is your scale text. So then I go back to the previous extent and insert a text. I'll click text, and you can say I want to type it as legend. So I have typed the legend. Now I'll bring it here and place it over this. So you can add whatever the thing that you want. So what is the next most important thing in a map? You need to have latitude and longitude, without which your map is next to unusable. So click on the data frame that you have just inserted and do a right click. Go to properties, and you have an option called grid. Just click on that. By default, any other button may be clicked, so you have to select grid and choose a new grid. So you can name the grid whatever you want so that you can use it in future, and click next. Now what do you want? Graticules and labels, or only tick marks and labels? I'll keep graticule and labels, which will have these kind of lines on your map. So it says, where should the latitude and longitude be displayed? It says every 10 degrees. 10 degrees will not work for a small scale, large scale map, because 10 degree, your entire map is say 2 to 3 degrees. I'll keep it 0, 0 and 15. So which means to say that every 15 seconds there should be a graticule. Again, I'll change the latitude also similarly, change to 15. So I'll click next, and there are some options you can explore on your own. Very simple. Click OK, and this is the new graticule that you have just defined. You can apply the same to the map and click OK to see what is the result. Here you go. This is your result. You have degrees, minutes defined for every 15 seconds. And please feel free, go ahead and explore the further options in the insert and other options in the map making. I'll just make it to 1:1 level, and now your map is ready. So what do we do further? You cannot just use it like that. You have to export the map to the format that you want. So now this is the map, and click on file and click export map option. Your export map option is displayed here, and you can give a name. I'll give a name as new, and I'll keep the format as JPEG, and you have these many options. Whichever option you want, you can choose and view the maps later. I'll keep it as JPEG, which is supposed to be the most commonly used format for the map. The next one would be PDF, next most commonly used format. I'll keep it as JPEG. And if you click save, it will be saved in a A4 size format, almost like A4, the size. Say you want to print a bigger map, A0 size. You have to change your width and height here. You can change as you want. You make it 85,000, you add zeros here, and you can change the resolution also. Say you want to change want to be very fine resolution, you increased dots per inches in the resolution option, and width and height you can change as you want. Width and height, keep in mind, it depends on the resolution of the input. Accordingly it will change. You can just make still say 85,000, which means to say that your map will have 85,000 pixels in the width and 1,11,000 pixels in as height. So that is in columns. These are rows and these are columns. So by just of course by increasing these, your map overall size will improve and map overall quality will improve doing these operations over here. But I'll keep it as a A4 size. That's enough for me, and click OK. This is exporting your map. You can see in the process here. If you feel that these graticals are too much, you can reduce it to, instead of 15 seconds, you can make it 30 seconds, or you can make it 1 minute, so that you will have these lines less. You don't want to have these lines, you can select only these points here and the text. There will not be any lines here when you select appropriate option. Now your map is exported. We'll just see how does it look. Whatever you have inside the frame only will be printed. All these things which is outside will not be there in the map. We'll just see. This is the map that we have just created. I'll just click on that and let's see the final output. Here you go. This is the map that we have just created. You can change all the units as you need and create a map of your wish. That's all about art of map making in ArcMap. Thanks for watching.